We have just completed the winter 2026 leadership intensive. And tonight we're talking about what actually happens when leaders create space. So before you get to the next level, before pressure builds, before scaling, leaders create space. This is the 30. I want to welcome you. Let's go. Well, hello there again. Welcome to the 30. I am your host. It's another episode, certainly, of the 30. Glad you decide to join us on this episode. What happens when leaders create space? A space for meaningful conversation. Of course, the 30. We create space for you, our viewers and listeners. A space for meaningful conversation designed to support your personal, professional, spiritual, and leadership growth. The 30 is a production of the Jackman Group LLC, and I am glad that you made the decision to join us today. Wherever you are, it could be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be at night, as where I am, but I am so excited for tonight's episode. Folks, earlier today, we successfully completed our first ever winter 2026 leadership intensive. And rather than rushing past that moment, rather than telling you everything that happened, because I would love to, I wanted to pause and reflect while it's fresh, because what happened today wasn't just about learning, as I told those that joined me on this experience earlier, that it wasn't about training, it wasn't about being a webinar, because it was not that. It wasn't just about learning. It was a space being created for those that wanted to know more, but those that wanted to up their skill set, help them to prepare for what's going to be coming down the road, help them to prepare for what is going to be coming later on in the year. So this was the time for you to set the foundation as to what is going to be taking place further down the road. Space isn't, as we talked about earlier with the group that joined us. Space isn't absence. It isn't disengagement. It isn't slowing down for the sake of slowing down. How we define space was an area or room where intentional pause allows clarity, perspective, and direction to form before decisions are made. When we talk about space, Space is the deliberate creation of room to think clearly, reflect honestly, and choose direction intentionally. That word being intentional, intentional in things that we do, that you do. And tonight, we're talking exactly about that. What happens when leaders decide to create space? And to help me discuss space is someone, a participant from today's experience. We call it the experience as opposed to event, as opposed to training. We refer to it as a leadership experience because you had to be there. And I'm going to share some of the clips as we go down the road. I'm going to share some of the clips on my social. I'll share some of the clips certainly on LinkedIn, just short snippets of what took place. But I wanted to invite someone to talk about what they experienced today. And I'm hoping to get her on. Looks like she's having some issues coming in. I saw her in the studio and then I didn't see her again. But I'm hoping that she could jump on with us to learn more, to tell you more about what took place today. It was an awesome time. It was if I were to say myself, if I was sitting in an audience's seat, as opposed to being part of the facilitation group, being the facilitator, being the one that guided the discussion, I would have, from what they said, from what those that were on board said, they said it was a great time. So we talked about space, we talked about clarity, we talked about being intentional, right? And we talked about setting the pace so that you can run this race from now all the way down to December 31st. Like it or not, folks, December 31st is going to be here sooner or later. So you could as well get on board. So I know Nikki's trying to get on here. Nikki, if you can't get on from your computer, if you want to use your phone, that's also good. You can just jump on, click on the link and come on in. However, because I want to make sure that our audience hear from you because you have a lot to share. And Nikki is being, this is I think the third session that Nikki has been with us. She started off coming to attending our summer mastermind last year. And then she decided that she liked it so much that we did a virtual connect, and she was also there. And then we advertised and we said that we're going to do this thing, and she joined us. So this is the third time that she's been with us for not a training, but an experience. So I'm excited to get on board here. So let's see if we can bring her in. Nikki, can you? Let's see here if we can bring her in. Nikki, I can see you. Let's see if you can hear me or if you can see me.
Yes, I can see and hear you. Thank you.
Okay, I can't see you.
No, I'm off camera.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can just take you off camera then. Let me see here if I can take you off camera. I don't think I can take you off camera. Okay. Can you hear us, Nikki, if you want to jump on camera?
I can't hear you.
Okay. All right. All right, Nikki. So we are going to continue here. Nikki, just tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
Hi, all. I'm Nikki Williams. I have a business, Conflict Management Solutions. I provide cognitive behavior intervention strategies to our general community, our senior community, our student community, and those people who have open criminal court cases, for diversion programs, reentry programs. Thank you.
Okay, Nikki, thank you so much. I know you were having some issues with your camera, but it's good to have you here. I was telling our audience that this is the third experience session, not training, that you were with us. You started off attending one of our sessions, our virtual sessions last year, which was our Summer Wednesday Mastermind. And then
Yes,
you joined us for our virtual Connect. Tell our viewers what you experienced and what made you decide to attend the Winter 2026 virtual or leaders experience.
thank you. In the previous sessions that I was able to enjoy with you, Mr. Jackman, what I found is that your presentation, your subject matter was enthralling, and it necessitated deep thought provoking analysis where it propelled us, all of the attendees, to look deeply into our internal motivations, into how we can get to a desired level of expertise in leadership, and how we can take our whole person on that journey with us. And so, what I found is that each and every session in which I attended, I grew more in understanding the subject matter of leadership, how important it is, the components thereof, and the integral parts of myself that could be stretched and that could be grown. Yes, with the information you've given me. So that's why I've continued to pursue this subject matter with you. Thank you.
Great. And Nikki, let's talk specific about today. We were on for Winter 2026 Leadership Intensive. Let's talk about your experience. What was when you hear the word phrase, or we hear the word space? How did you interpret that, and what did you get from that?
The word space was illuminating. I began with a narrow viewpoint of a quiet time. But through the session today, I understood that space offered so much more. It offers time for perspective. It offers time for growth and development. Space is giving myself room to think, room to rest, and room to contemplate my truth. So that is what I took away from the expansion of the definition of space, allowing myself quiet time to be settled, to reflect, and really contemplate a clear path. We use the word often today to gain clarity. Thank you.
All right, great. Now, what surprised you today during the intensive?
What I found most surprising is that as diverse as the group was, we were so similar on so many levels in terms of personal need to connect with others, the personal desire to be at peace, and our journey to achieve that for many of us was to stop multitasking, but to afford ourselves the opportunity to be present in the moment. Thank you.
All right, Nikki. I'm talking to Nikki Williams. She is the owner of Conflict Management Solutions LLC in Rochester, New York. And we're talking about her experience as an attendee in today's Winter 2026 Leadership Intensive. And Nikki, what were some of, we talked about noise, we talked about, you said clarity. we talk about space and we talk about being intentional in the things that we did. Was there a moment of clarity that stood out to you during the course of the intensive?
Yes. I loved it when you said clarity becomes useful when it informs action. And I found myself thinking about clarity under the multiple pillars we discussed: accountability, how key it is for us to follow through, understand the objective, hold ourselves accountable, and find an accountability partner. But this component of accountability really enables the journey of having removing distractions, removing barriers, so that one can achieve a clear vision or see clearly that now goal. What matter? I think you put it. Clarity is recognizing what matters most right now. Thank you.
Exactly. That's perfect. So, by attending today, Nikki, what changes for you now?
The session today afforded me putting things in perspective. It afforded me perspective. And in that, my top priority is to choose me and my journey of clarity. So that means that I can't have a million balls in the air. That means that I need a narrow focus on what my objective is and what my goal is, and then align my thoughts and actions to parallel that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and you mentioned that a lot in terms of focusing on you. I remember you saying that you before you were going,
Yes.
but now you've taken the time to really find a space to focus more on you. Speak about that, Nikki.
I mentioned in our session today that for decades now, I found that my top 10 daily activities did not permit a rung or a rung on the ladder or a slot for me in my top 10 daily activities. And what that did over the course of decades, it has it did drain my inner self and my ability to use all of my gifts and talents to pursue and to accomplish at the highest level both my passion and purpose, because I was spread too thin.
Mhm.
And then I began to put myself on the back burner. And so, what I have found, having pivoted in the most miraculous way a couple of months ago, a month or so ago, is recognizing, as I mentioned to one of the attendees today, the better I treat myself, the better spouse I am, the better business owner I am, the better colleague and community member I am. So, by focusing on me, peeling away the layers of the onions that distract, that interfere, that are barriers to my clarity, the more whole and complete I am. Thank you.
Fantastic, Nikki. Nikki, tell our viewers again what you do, those that have just joined us, and then more importantly, how can someone are you specific to the to Rochester area? Are you Monroe County? Are you across the country? And how would someone get in contact with you?
Yes, thank you. So I am the owner and manager of Conflict Management Solutions LLC. We provide cognitive behavior intervention programming. Change your thought, change your actions, change your behavior. Ultimately, you change your outcome. So we provide cognitive behavior programming such as critical thinking, conflict management, anger management, crisis intervention, and interactive journaling. We are available to host workshops, trainings across the nation. We are germane to Rochester, New York, Monroe County, and we've also expanded outside of, I will say, in Eastern New York. So yes, we are available. We can be reached at conflictmanagementsolutions@gmail.com. So that's CONFLICTMANAGEMENTSOLUTIONS at gmail.com. Phone number 585-298-4715. I would really consider it an honor and a privilege to speak with anyone who may be interested in hearing more and or know that they could be, that the quality of their agency and the quality of their personal relationships can be enhanced by these tools. We do provide them to community, for community outreach, for diversion programs, reentry programs, for elementary school students, high school students, silver sneaker programs, so for seniors, and professional development. Thank you.
Awesome, Nikki. So I will put that your email and contact information in the chat after the show is completed, so that if anyone wants to get in contact with you, if they have a need in terms of conflict, how to resolve conflict, I will put that in the chat. And folks, if you have a need for these type of services, make sure you contact Nikki. I'm sure that she'll be willing to sit down and have a chat with you and go from there. Nikki, as we wrap up with you, what is next from your development? I know we talked a lot. You had a contract that you created while in class. Each person did. What is next in your overall development, or as it relates to the commitment that you set forth and signed this morning or this afternoon?
Yes, my commitment to myself is to engage every day, be it a second, a minute, an hour, to my continual growth in developing a specific conflict management tool for young people. The earlier we can catch individuals and teach them this fundamental life skill, the more fruitful their youth can be, and hopefully they can grow in a way that they can prevent, sidestep roadblocks, and or prevent walking into potholes, and to really live an enhanced quality of life. So I have for some time been working on a book for you to teach them about conflict
Wow.
management.
Congratulations. That's so when it's finished, of course, we want to make sure that you join us here on the 30 so that we can talk about it and of course help you to promote it. So let us know so that we can
Excellent.
get that going. Okay.
Thank you. So my goal then for my commitment is every day work on it.
There we
Every
go.
day. Do
Every
something
day.
every day.
An action step each day. You don't have to do the whole thing. What we said is do one thing
Yes.
every day, and that will get you to your overall goal. It's not the destination yet. It's about the journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
So, Nikki, thank you so much for being here. Any last words before we wrap up this episode?
Yes, thank you. One of the pillars of our session today was, in a nutshell, we discussed it. We talked about clarity in great detail, and the many different effects and compositions and impact of clarity. And we ended by saying clarity decreases fear, it reduces the multitasking, it decreases poor decision making, and enhances the quality of life. Space facilitates clarity, and clarity enhances the quality of life. Thank you.
Awesome. That's a mic drop. Y'all don't have anything else. That's a mic drop, folks. Nikki, thank you so much. We will chat with you soon. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of our community. Thank you for your support. And we will look for that book coming out pretty soon. Let us know when, where, and we'll get you back on the 30, right? Enjoy your night, and may God bless you, and we'll see you around. Thanks, Nikki.
It's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we've been talking to Nikki Williams. She is the owner of a Conflict Management Solutions LLC. We will have her number and email address and coming up as soon as the show is finished, so you can contact her about her services. And I want to thank her for taking the time for joining me on today. So, folks, as we end tonight, I want to leave you with a question. Where do you need to create space before the next demand shows up? That question again is, where do you need to create space before the next demand shows up? Not later, not when things slow down, but now. So you can ask yourself that question and come up with the answer. I want to thank you for being here. Again, I want to thank Nikki for sharing her experience, and to everyone that joined us earlier for our Winter 2026 Leadership Intensive. Thank you. Thank you so much for being part of that. And you will hear more about what's coming up next. We have a number of sessions, trainings, coaching experiences that will be coming up during the course of this year. I'm excited about 2026. Our goal is to help you, to take you from where you are to where you desire to be, and where you're called to be. Whether that's something personal, professional, spiritual, whether it's your leadership growth or your individual or professional or spiritual growth. Our desire is to help you, to take you from here to there. So thank you once again. Remember, the 30 is a production of the Jackman Group LLC. If you would like to get a hold of us, you certainly can contact us at info@jackmangroupllc.com. That is info@jackmangroupllc.com. That's our email address. Would love to hear from you if you would like us to help you as a leader to be more effective, to be more impactful, or you would like help with your teams. Reach out to us. Send us an email, and one of us will follow up with you. That's it. Until next time, this is the 30. We continue to do this because you are here. Without you, there's certainly no us. So may God bless you. May He watch over you and keep you. We will see you next week.